Every year, parents are told they can buy their baby a better brain. One product at a time, the shelves are full of sensory toys, flashcards, music programs, learning apps, and clever gadgets. And when you love your baby, those promises can feel almost impossible to ignore or question. You want to give them language, confidence, curiosity, and the strongest start you possibly can. But one of the most powerful findings in child development does not come from a box or screen. It is free, quiet, easy to miss, and it can take as little as 5 real minutes in a normal day. Researchers at the Harvard Center on the Developing Child have studied it for more than 2 decades. They describe it as one of the most essential experiences shaping the architecture of a growing brain. The name sounds technical, but the practice is one of the most human things a parent can do. It is called serve and return. And once you see it, ordinary moments with your baby look different. Your baby sends a signal, a coo, a glance, a reach, or a tiny sound from the floor beside you. That signal is the serve, and your warm response is the return that tells their brain, I am here. From the outside, it can look too small to matter, like nothing meaningful happened at all. But inside your baby's brain, that tiny exchange is lighting up pathways that shape lifelong learning. Imagine your baby lying on a playmat, staring at the room as if the ceiling has a secret. Then their eyes catch yours. Their mouth opens softly, and they make a little ooh sound toward you. In that second, your baby is not making random noise, and they are not simply passing time. They are reaching toward you with the only language they have, and their brain is waiting. If you smile, lean closer, and answer, oh, I see you. Sweetheart, the loop is complete between you. You have returned the serve, and that tiny loop has become a building block of connection. That is how early wiring often happens. Not through perfect lessons, but through repeated human response. Not through adults talking over babies, but through adults noticing what babies are trying to share. A baby learns that sound can bring closeness, looking can invite attention, and reaching can be answered. Those lessons become the early roots of language, trust, attention, and emotional safety over time. And this is where the research becomes even more surprising for parents who quietly feel behind. A landmark MIT study led by Dr. Rachel Romeo scanned young children's brains and found something important. The strongest predictor was not simply how many words a child heard from adults during the day. It was the number of back-and-forth conversational turns they shared with a responsive caregiver. In other words, the magic was not just talking near a child, but truly talking with a child. Children who had more of those exchanges showed stronger connections in language processing areas of the brain, and the effect held across income levels, homes, and family situations, which is deeply hopeful. This means the advantage is not reserved for wealthy parents or homes filled with expensive tools. It is available on the floor, at the crib, beside the sink, and during the most ordinary mornings. And one classic experiment shows why your baby's tiny signals matter more than most people realize. In the 1970s, developmental psychologist Dr. Edward Tronick ran the famous still face experiment. A mother sat facing her baby, smiling, playing, and responding to each little signal with warmth. The baby lit up, kicked, cooed, reached, and kept sending signals across the space between them. Then, en quay, the mother's face went blank. Though she stayed right in front of the baby, watching, she did not shout, disappear, or do anything dramatic. She simply stopped answering for a moment. Within seconds, The baby knew something had changed and began working to bring the mother back. They smiled bigger, reached harder, pointed, squirmed, and tried every tiny tool they had. When nothing worked, the baby became distressed, not because the mother left, but because connection vanished. And when the mother finally responded again, the baby's whole body began to settle almost immediately. The nervous system relaxed. The room felt safe again, and the world came back into order for them. The point is not to make parents feel guilty, because no parent can respond every second of life. Every parent looks away, gets tired, checks a message, cooks dinner, or simply misses a cue. The real point is that babies are built to seek response, not to grow in emotional silence. They are not just absorbing the world like a sponge. They are reaching for you throughout the day. A sound from the crib, a hand opening and closing, a glance toward the window, a turn toward your voice. These are invitations, and every warm answer tells their nervous system, you are not alone in this. That sentence is not spoken directly, but your baby receives it through timing. Tone, face, and attention. And the practice does not require a perfect house, a quiet hour, or a parent with endless energy. It can happen during a diaper change, while folding laundry, or while carrying your baby down the hall. 5 honest minutes, scattered across the day, can shape more than parents usually realize. The practice comes down to 3 gentle steps. And the first step is simply to notice the serve. When your baby looks, reaches, points, coos, frowns, smiles, or turns towards something, pause. Before you rush past it, ask yourself one simple question. What are they noticing right now? Maybe they are watching light move across the wall, or listening to the hum of the refrigerator. Maybe they are staring at your face, waiting to see whether you will come closer again. Now, most serves are quiet and fast, which is why busy parents can miss them without meaning to. But once you start noticing, you realize your baby has been inviting you all along in small ways. The second step is to return it with warmth, not pressure, performance, or perfect parenting words. Join your baby where their attention already is. Instead of forcing them into your lesson, if they stare at the ceiling fan, you might say, "You see the fan spinning around up there?" If they point at the family dog, you might smile and say, "Yes, Bruno came to say hello to us." If they make a sound, answer as if it matters. Because inside their brain, it truly does matter. The exact words matter less than the fact that you met them inside their small moment of attention. You are telling them, "I see what you see, and I am here with you right now in this moment." That simple message is richer for brain development than many polished activities parents are sold. The third step is the one many loving parents skip. Leave space for the next serve afterward. After you respond, pause long enough for your baby to look again. Wiggle, blink, or coo back. Let them set the rhythm for a moment, instead of filling every silence with more adult words. The deepest learning often happens in that tiny space between their signal and your answer. They serve. You return. You wait. They serve again. And the conversation begins to breathe. This is the beginning of attention, communication, trust, and emotional regulation before real words arrive. That is why serve and return can outperform so many products promising to build a baby's brain. An app cannot notice what your baby is genuinely interested in and respond with loving timing. A flashcard cannot feel your baby's excitement and meet it with a living smile in return. A toy cannot pause, soften its voice, and show your child that their curiosity reached someone. None of that means toys are bad. But toys are not the center of your baby's development story. You are the center. Your face, your voice, your timing, your attention, and your warm return, the fancy nursery, the premium subscription, the music class, and the perfect preschool list may help, but they cannot replace the quiet power of a parent who stops, notices, waits, and answers. So here is the truth worth carrying after the screen goes dark and real life gets noisy again. Your baby is reaching for you constantly in ways so small that they are painfully easy to miss. A coo from the blanket, a glance at a bird, a finger lifted toward the light on the wall nearby. Every one of those moments is an invitation, not to perform, but simply to be present with them. And every time you answer, even with one word or one soft smile, you are building something, not something an app can download, not something a toy can manufacture, but something living. You are helping your baby learn that the world answers back, and that love has a reliable rhythm. 5 minutes a day is enough to begin. As long as those minutes are real, responsive, and warm. Not staged minutes, not perfect minutes, just ordinary moments where your baby serves and you return. Over weeks and months, those moments become patterns. Those patterns become wiring, and wiring becomes life. It shapes how your child trusts, learns, speaks, explores, calms down, and reaches for people. You are probably already doing more than you realize. But now you know exactly what to look for, and the fact that you are here, learning this, says something powerful about the parent you are becoming. If this helped you see your baby in a new way, consider subscribing for more science-backed videos. A quick like helps other parents find this too, especially the ones who feel they are falling behind. Until next time, watch for the serves, answer with warmth, and trust the power of small moments. Your baby is not waiting for a perfect parent. Your baby is listening with their whole being.